Hello Gemini, welcome to my channel. This will be a reading for the year of 2023. This is an overview for 2023, the year ahead. And for this, I will be reading the coffee cup. I'll be pulling out some cards as well towards the end. Right after the coffee cup. This is the Light Seers Tarot deck. I've got the Oracle deck here. This is Seasons of the Witch, and I then will be drawing out some crystals here. I have a bunch of crystals here to see what is needed for you, what your energy is calling for, what the crystals want to tell you. And then also I'll be reading from the rune stones as well. So you get 4 different types of divination for this reading, Gemini. Okay, let's begin. Let's see what we have here. Gemini. Wow, this is very interesting the way this has come out. Right, Gemini, for a lot of you, this is your year to really, you're really moving on from the past. And when I say that, I really mean that when you move forward, you're not even going to remember what you left behind. Something that you should have left behind from a long time ago. You're moving forward. There's something here that you're going to catch. You know, I see your hands kind of, you're reaching out your hands at the right time and something's going to fall on it. Not like something's just going to fall on your lap. There you go. No work to be done. No. This is more like something you have been working towards for a long time. And many occasions it felt like it was a long way away. But with you moving really forward, advancing yourself, that helps you spiritually, emotionally, all of that. There's something here that you're going to start, you're listening out to signs and messages that's coming to you and going, oh, it's now appearing. This dream or goal that you've had, you know, it's starting to appear. It's like I'm seeing you're polishing something, whether it's silver or gold, or you know, you're polishing something that's been covered in, you know, it's rusted, it's just been covered and the shininess doesn't come through, and you realize, oh gosh, it's been there all along. I really hope this is making sense. This is what I see. So you pick up this object and you start to polish it, and it's so shiny. You see your reflection and you see the truth, and now you start to see exactly what's happening and what is about to happen, if that makes sense, you know. So you're like, oh, okay, wow, now I see a big step, a big leap forward. Now you've gone that way. Things are coming to you a lot quicker. There's a swift energy here. That's when I see these hands come out, so you can catch the opportunity that you once thought was miles away and wasn't sure that it was coming towards you. It is. I see you're like wearing glasses, not necessarily that you actually wear glasses, but I see here, you know, your eyes, your vision, you're seeing things a lot sharper. There's a clearer view with a relationship that's been there around you. You're like, something had to start with yourself, Gemini. Something had to start with yourself in order for you to, I'm seeing discussions with yourself, conversations with yourself, in order for you to change certain aspects of a pattern that was holding you back. There's a big release here. Once you were held down by chains, there are no more chains. You've been let go. You've been absolutely let go. And You know, I see like your heart is beating like quicker. That, you know, when you get that excitement there, there is a very strong attraction that's coming through in this year. Very strong attraction that's not going anywhere. It is, you know, I think that person also needs to be brave enough to really open themselves up. And I feel like in a way, perhaps you've been also waiting for that, for them to open up. So both of you, there's like fear on this end, fear on that end, but that's something you're breaking through. I see a lot of negotiating with contracts, a lot of negotiating with contracts. I see you putting your head down, working diligently. You're determined to absolutely win this contract. So this contract could be an opportunity, but you're also negotiating. The way you're making deals is very smart and brave and bold. But you're taking kind of good advice also is how you can go forward with it. You're mastering a skill here in this new year. For some of you, it could be something that you used to master and you haven't done it in so long, you know, you're going back to it, whatever it is. 'Cause I see like a training program, something that, you know, is physical perhaps, or something that is mental, you know, like mathematics, for example, something that you're really, really good at. You're going back to it and you're really mastering that skill because that's actually needed for these opportunities coming forward. There's a decision here that is, people are relying on you to make a big decision. You're going to have to make this decision. So it could be something involving the family. There's some compromise that's going to get, you know, be dealt with. But it's also freeing up a lot of your time. So whether that's selling a property off or something like that, there's something here that is going to allow you to free up your time. And you've made the right decision. There's a sigh of relief of people around you. It's like you didn't quite know their intentions until you make the decision. You're like, oh, my decision is what you wanted all along. Why did you not say? This is what's coming through. And it's like, it works out. I see you get given a key here to unlock like a vault, metaphorically, of things that were locked away for quite some time, unknowingly, not quite mindful, conscious of this. And this is like certain qualities that you have that you're allowing it to shine through again, you know, and certain things that like you felt before you couldn't travel, you couldn't do this or this, be this adventurous, and now it's like actually you can. Somebody may kind of put a stop to some, like hold you. They say, hey, you can't go just yet because there's all of these jobs that you have to do. In a way, it's not necessarily a bad thing because this adventurous side of you you're going to do after you've completed this work. You're appreciative of this work. You know, there is a show of gratitude towards that because it's something that you've been wanting. So sometimes it's like you're ready to move, to travel, but at the same time, you get given an opportunity, and so, you know, sometimes you just have to compromise also on that. What is it that you truly want? And none of those will, the personal kind of adventurous side or activities, whatever, that's not going to go away. So the opportunities, however, something that will come into sharp focus for you. Also, spending more time with your friends in 2023, a lot more than you did in 2022. Sometimes, you know, you got invited to go out, but you couldn't because you were so busy, or you felt like you were buried under a lot of things. So that's changing in 2023 also for you, which is really good to see. Okay, Gemini. Let's see what the cards have for you. Knight of Cups. Seven of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. See, your heart has always been in the right place, good intentions. There has been love around you, and there's been certain things here with the Seven of Swords that's kind of something around there has rejected that idea. And it's something deeply personal to you, connected to your past. But that is something also that you are really confronting and releasing. You know, you're not going to allow this love opportunity, whichever way this love can come through, get away anymore, you know, in that sense. But also an offer of a work opportunity, or I'm also seeing opportunity to move somewhere, relocate. That's what also is coming through, by the way. And that also, before, you thought it was too difficult to do. And you're kind of like, here with the Seven of Swords, needing to do what is necessary. Shutting down the distractions and the people that say you know that you can't do this or whatever, and you know, breaking free from that. And we have here the Six of Pentacles, which gives that balance in terms of reciprocity. You know, you're very generous with your time, you're very generous with your help, your advice, all of this to others. But there is also somebody there that wants to work with you. They want to go along with this journey with you, here with the Six of Pentacles. So you could find, you know, it's now balanced out. It's no longer kind of you always giving. There is, you will find generosity given back to you. And that is also because of good deeds that you have done. The Wheel, Gemini. The Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Pentacles. My goodness, this Four of Pentacles, in almost every reading for this series, the Four of Pentacles has come out for almost every sign. Not every sign, but more than any other card. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Pentacles. See, now there is this sense here, the Wheel of Fortune, that you've definitely you've been turning the wheel, and it's now turning by itself. It's like a well-oiled machine running on its own. You're still in control of it. You're still keeping an eye on it, but like it gives you that sense of freedom here, that happiness, this joyous energy that's coming through, because it's like, oh, now if you want to relocate, you can relocate. You know, work is there. You're really focused. That dice I'm being focused on. It's like you've made a gamble. You made the right decision. Certain risks that you've taken, that you felt like it was a risk, but it was actually, you know, the best decision that you've done. It leads you here with the Four of Pentacles. This gives you something here that in the past you may have felt like certain things were, you know, you slipped out of your hand. It was gone. Opportunities were gone. But here you're keeping it very close to you. You're not wanting these opportunities to leave you anymore, whether it's a person or a job or anything like that, or a place that you've been looking at. But also the needing to feel safe and have that security is also very, very important for you in 2023. Like, it's definitely becoming more in focus, being wise and careful with your money. You know, the instability that the world can bring sometimes, that, you know, the economy or whatever, you kind of just being clever with what you do with that. You know, where you place your finances, where you keep your finances, all of that is coming through. But also here it is big opportunities coming your way. I'm getting something to do with negotiations. Whoever you're dealing with, you know, they could be the ones that will present you with an opportunity. So you could be dealing with them quite some time, but you are keeping that to yourself until you actually see the that solid offer right there in front of you on the table. So there's like certain precautions. Things are going well, but this is across all the signs. Just having to be very careful and smart with your words and with your choices. Two of Swords. Wow, somebody else also had Four Pentacles and Two of Swords. I can't remember who, but anyway, the Two of Swords. Yes, Gemini, you are capable of having the best of both worlds. It's like you get to a point here where you feel like, are you able to balance professional life, relationships, and all of that? Before, you felt like, you know, you had to focus on just one thing. But you do get to a point where you feel like you do actually need, what I'm getting here with the Two of Swords, some kind of guidance to allow you to see a little bit clearer. So don't feel like you're on your own if you're at a crossroads here. You will come to the right decision. You just have to see it in a clearer way, your perspective to shift, for you to follow your intuition. You know, even if she's blindfolded here, but what does your heart tell you then? What feels right for you? You know, you're turning a corner here. When you get to the Two of Swords, this is when you're turning a big corner, turning a big leaf. Something that is very fruitful for you. Oh my goodness! Somebody else got the same thing. Four of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and Two of Pentacles. Wow! Who is it? Who is it? It was either one of the fire signs or water signs. I can't remember exactly, but my goodness, the Two of Swords and Two of Pentacles. That, again, like the other one, don't be afraid of allowing yourself, accepting that you are deserving of having the best of both worlds, of having a great career and a great relationship, you know, or great social life or whatever. You don't want the lack of social life and getting through, because here it's like you're wanting a better social life than you did in 2022, but things are coming together and you are able to balance this. It's like you get to the crossroads. Oh, am I able to do this? Am I allowed? Of course you are. Here, the Two of Pentacles, you're able to do this. You have that fine balance here, and people are more understanding than you think, you know. And that person that you want around also, it's, if they are right for you, they're not going to go anywhere just because you got very busy. But there will be such a weight lifted off your shoulders at this point. And it's exciting, and it's a breath of fresh air, and you're able to breathe a lot lighter as well. Let's see what the Oracle has. Oak. Don't just look within. Dive deeply into the eternal realms of knowing. Don't just look within. Dive deeply into the eternal realms of knowing. So that is like, also I get, this is like similar to an energy of like the Hierophant, for example, or the Hermit. Learn from, let's say, your elders. Learn from other people's experiences. Learn from what the world has taught us over and over again, you know, and actually make a change. Be conscious of that and make changes from that. You know, everything is connected. Eternal realms of knowing, everything is connected, and some things it's asking you to, you know, allow yourself to be enlightened. Seek out certain you know, questions that you have. Gain that knowledge that is coming towards you, that has been wanting to come towards you, so your eyes can open. All your senses, I get like your senses are being heightened within that as well. There is a knowingness within you, but there's also a much broader, you know, higher knowledge as well for you to tap into. Let's see what the stones have. I'm going to draw out 3 stones. This is the rose quartz. Okay, for Gemini, please. For Gemini. For Gemini. For Gemini. Oh, lapis lazuli. Okay, that's a raw lapis lazuli. And here we have sodalite. Okay, look at that. Very similar but different. All right, so we have rose quartz. We have lapis lazuli and sodalite. Rose quartz begins with that love, self-love that you've been working on, you've been working towards. Give yourself that self-love, that compassion. Other people have compassion towards you. It's the kind of allowing them in, you know, and that will give you a lot of healing, a lot of inner peace, knowing that you're absolutely not alone. There is unconditional love around you. And be good to yourself, be kinder to yourself, treat yourself better as well. It's saying treat yourself to things, you know, reward yourself. And with that, we have lapis lazuli, and this is clearing emotional baggage. It's beautifully connected here, clearing emotional baggage from yourself, from certain cords that you had, you know, and understanding your inner truth. Inner truth here, the lapis lazuli, understanding your inner truth and walking with that, you know, being very brave, learning from that gives you wisdom. Oak, learn from the wiser ones, what the life and world has had to teach you, and so forth, you know, what are your priorities. And so there is like this calming effect coming in. And here we have sodalite. Sodalite, again, this brings truth, your intuition. This is also to do with self-esteem. You're feeling a lot more confident and braver as well. You're kind of, you know, like I was saying, your negotiating skills. You're not afraid to kind of say, oh, let's say you get an offer with this pay and it's really not what you expected. You're brave enough to talk about that, you know, to that person and so forth. There's many levels to that. But with sodalite also, you're definitely, there's a lot of really beautiful truths that you're on the right side of things. You're on the right side of this truth. No more kind of false people or negative influences or anything like that. And your intuition also speaking very loudly to you. You're definitely more connected to your intuition. And I feel like your intuition is saying thank you. Like it's rewarding you in that sense, because you haven't just ignored it, you know. You're actually becoming more in tune with that. Let's see what the runes have. I will be pulling out 3 runes for this. This is the rune of Inguz here. We have rune of Dagas. Third one for Gemini, please. We have here Barkana. Okay, excellent. So the rune of Inguz is growing. It's a rune of growth. It's a rune also of fertility. If you're thinking of also starting a family, you're definitely, you know, kind of making a better path for you, being able to create a better home environment. Also, something definitely feels more at ease. And it doesn't necessarily have to be children, but whatever kind of stable home environment that I'm coming through. And also you're growing. You're definitely growing. Look at these branches, and so it's like you have a lot of knowledge to begin with, Gemini. You have a lot of wisdom. You give great advice, but now you're utilizing that. This is also a rune of common sense. Whatever makes sense to you, you do. Something that clicks, something that feels right, you will go ahead and do that. With caution, with common sense. And Gaz is the rune of breakthroughs. There's an awareness here. You've opened your eyes and you're like, oh, wow, this has been around me all along. I'm going to like completely break through this. You know, it's like that wall that was in front of you. It's a lot thinner than you thought. You probably thought it's like too thick and it's too strong. But as soon as you see it, it will break down, you know. Whatever you are working towards, it's not that far. from you whatsoever. And Barkana is the rune of new beginnings, of liberation, again of growth, a lot of growth here, which is exactly what we want, for the new year. But this is like a rebirth happening. And from that, you are liberating yourself. Like I said, the past you're really leaving behind. You're not even looking back anymore, to the point that you can't even remember it. And this is beautiful liberation we have here for you, Gemini, allowing things to come to you as you are working towards them, not missing out on the opportunities that you've been working towards, and including special relationships, people and friendships, and also looking after yourself a lot better, your health and everything. I love this. Thank you so much, Gemini, for being here. Really hope that this was helpful. I wish you the best new year ever. I love you all. Thank you for your support. Do like, share and subscribe. Until next time.